Oh, yes, we are doing it. We are doing it today. If you don't know, this is Jaxxon. This is a giant green-haired bunny that first appeared in Star Wars Marvel Comics number 8. Oh, yeah, back in the day. We're talking way back. This is Jaxxon. He is a Lepi smuggler from Cadella Prime, and this year at Star Wars Celebration London, this was the convention exclusive. It was the kickoff. This was the first one. So if you're going to other conventions, New York Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, probably even WonderCon, if Star Wars is there, if Gentle Giant is there, there's a good chance that you'll be able to pick one of these up. They retail for $200. We'll talk a little bit about the character real quick. And we're going to review this box, open them up, check them out. I mean, look at this. This is awesome. And they didn't use any comic book likeness on the box, which is really, really tall, really cool. Stands at 6 feet tall. He's the captain of the Rabbit Foot. I mean, come on. This is just awesome. And this is convention exclusive, limited to 1,500 pieces. Let's open him up. Let's see how cool he is. And even better, I don't even have to tear or cut the sticker. It just naturally came off. Let's do it. All right, now before we get too far into it, my quest to understand why this is imprinted on some releases and some it is not. We are now facing a convention exclusive. It is also a Premier Collection. So Premier Collection, convention exclusive, we get printed on here. Here we have our letter of authenticity. It says we have 142 of 1,500. I'm laughing. As soon as this showed up, I told my wife, I was like, hey, you know what? For the rest of our lives, we have a Star Wars Easter decoration. And she just rolled her eyes. This is not her Star Wars. Her Star Wars is not the holiday special. It is not. When I celebrate Life Day, it's totally by myself. So I got to get my son on page with that. Son on board with that. So we're going to open this up and see what it looks like inside. For any of you that know my reviews, I never cut the thing off all the way. The other piece of the styrofoam, I like to know what goes on top. I like a bookend. This was a little bit more difficult to get off. I don't know if it's because of the bar tabletop that Jaxxon comes with for his base, but it was a little bit more awkward. So we're going to get him out of the box here, and I really, really appreciate all these extra little details we're going to get. I mean, you could have got just a base, and instead we got a base of basically the Millennium Falcon's gaming table, which is just insane and just so cool. And here we have our reconfirmation of 142. We do have a little light up board. Very nice piece. Great atmosphere to add to Jaxxon as if he was on the Falcon. I have to go back and read that issue. I'm going to check it out on my Marvel Limited. Set that there. I think it's going to be like that. So let's get Jaxxon out. Ooh, so we've got lots of danger points. What danger points is I call things that could break. So we've got the 2 blasters out. Fantastic details here. Where there would be whiskers coming out of his face right here. Great detail. Love this. The ears, the fur, all the little details here. And then the armor, the almost Clone Wars-like armor on top of a Rebel pilot suit. But then again, it reminds me more of the armor that we saw from the Clone Wars with the double holsters that Captain Rex would wear. So this feels like this was like Clone War issue gear, which is really kind of cool because this was first. His design, his look, all of that was before the Clone Wars. So really encompasses a lot of great detail. These pistols are fantastic. We don't have the classic Han Solo like elongated stock or the scopes up top. So that's really, really neat. And then to have these now, unfortunately, I'll call foul. I mean, I'm loving it. Don't get me wrong. I'm loving it, but there should be holes here in the holsters so that the guns could go all the way through. There's not. See that? The holsters aren't empty, so they would be short. These are long barrels. They should go through. They do not. That's my one complaint. Otherwise, I'm absolutely loving this thing. And I will say now, Jaxxon, before we put him on the base, Jaxxon does have a Black Series figure. When it was first announced, all for it. I saw it. I absolutely hate it. This is what should have been. This design, this look, all of this should be the Black Series figure. Jaxxon has appeared on numerous comics over the years, just on special edition covers. The relaunch of Star Wars in Marvel has a couple, and you know, here they are. So this is fantastic. It's really a lot of fun. But if they would make a figure, now he's pretty tall. We'll measure him here in a second. He's pretty tall, but this is what the Black Series figure should have looked like, not what we got. It's goofy. It's comical. The character is that. But if to give Star Wars character its proper due, you want to give it the right look, the right feel. You want to make it look, everything look lived in. I just talked about this armor. I mean, like, we've got Luke's boots here, you know, so everything is, you know, it lives in that world. Clone Wars stuff. I know it's after the fact. Jaxxon was created before the Clone Wars. You know, the characters were, but here's Han Solo's, you know, the Han Solo's belt design right here, you know, the front of the belt. So let's get them on here. Now, we do have a magnet here in the back, right up here. And then we do have some peg holes here to hold Jaxxon into place. So we'll put the peg holes in first. Just let it all fall into place. And wow, fantastic. Absolutely, absolutely loving it. Now, I will bring him out since he's right here. This is Plundor, and this is from the Masters of the Universe Classics line. That was another crazy bunny character. So Plundor is pretty tall, actually. I believe he's taller than a Black Series figure, but let's find out. Oh, yeah, he is, because he's more like 7 inches tall. So here we have a 6-inch Black Series Boba Fett. Give you an idea how tall Jaxxon is. Now, Jaxxon's supposed to be 6 feet tall. That would put him in the Chewbacca realm. Oh, speaking of which, here's a Chewbacca, and this is a Power of the Force Chewbacca when he's being taken to the Death Star, and here's a classic Kenner Endor Han Solo. So that kind of gives you some scale and some scope, but nothing is better that from the base to the top of his ears, he's about 10 inches. He's about almost 9, a little over 9.5 off the base. I love it. It's awesome. It's funky. It's funny. It's, but cool. It's not just funny, but it's funny cool. It's fun to have this. This is, you're a diehard Star Wars fan. You've been in it since the beginning. You read the comic books because that's all there was. This is something you want to own. Gentle Giant. Chef's kiss. Fantastic. I absolutely love it. This is what a convention exclusive is supposed to be. It's for something for the fans. Thank you.